Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It is with great pleasure that I welcome you to our show race previews, which is held on every Friday. So today we'll go through the race card of the 24th race meeting to be held tomorrow, 19th of August 2023. And for your kind information, ladies and gentlemen, the fourth race will be at 4.25 meters. And the track reading taken today is normal at 2.8. And as usual, I welcome our racing consultant and dear friend from South Africa, Devon Habib, to help you with your analysis. Hi Devon, how have you been doing?
Hi Ria, yeah, I'm good, thanks. How are you doing?
I'm fine, thank you. So 9 races tomorrow and quite competitive ones.
Yeah, it does look very competitive. I mean, obviously we've had a few meetings being abandoned and called off because of the weather that we've had. But yeah, I think some of those horses are running this week and it's going to be quite exciting. There's a lot of horses running each race, so it's competitive. And it gives you a chance to get better prices on the other horses that I find value on the day. 100%.
Indeed. And so I'd like to invite all our viewers, ladies and gentlemen, to join us at the PTP Champ-de-Mars tomorrow for a nice racing day. And now we start with race 1, the Candiable Women Association Cup with 6 runners, a race which will be run over 1850 meters in benchmark 36 with number 1 Heike, number 2 Prospector, number 3 Arlington's Revenge, number 4 Taking Silk, number 5 Eurotech, and number 6 Sergeant York. Devon, your choice for the win here.
Yeah, look, obviously it's a very competitive race, but I mean, before we start analysing this race, obviously we had a very good weekend last weekend. We both tipped the best bet. It arrived. It won by a country mile. I think it won by 12-13 lengths.
Really? Unfortunately, we didn't race on Sunday.
No, yeah, but I mean Saturday it was a smashing win from Captain Lannister. I think he's a very, very smart horse. I mean, moving on to race 1 for today, I think also a very competitive field. I'm in the camp of Arlington Revenge. I think with that draw right on, I think we can draw a line through its last run.
Down in class, stepping up over 1850.
Dropping class, 1850, perfect distance for this horse. I think it's going to be lots of value. I mean, he's trading at 450. I think is all the value in the world. I really like this horse. I'm very confident on him.
And for the second place, I see like Sergeant York, first time over 1850 meters.
Look, if Sergeant York gets to the front, has an easy lead, it's going to be hard to peg him back, eh? So yeah, I do fancy Sergeant York. I think he's a smart horse.
You think he has the distance?
That's the big question mark, hence why I haven't tipped him as my first selection. I mean, I would have tipped him as first, but with that distance, I think he's definitely going to get to the front. He'll have a soft lead.
Tactical race.
Donahue's opted to ride him. I think he stayed on him. So yeah, definitely the horse that they all have to keep an eye out on.
And for the third place, Eurotech, who's stepping up over in benchmark 36, distance will suit him, I guess.
Yes, look, obviously his better runs have come over 2-2 and 2-1. So yeah, I think this is definitely the right distance for him, 1850. Form is nothing to fault. So yeah, I think he's there. He's improving. Got the claim 4 on. A big runner.
And finally, which horse to complete the quartet?
Yeah, look, I think there's a lot of talk about this horse Taking Silk. Everyone's tipping him to win. I don't see him overturning the form with Eurotech over 1850. So, in my opinion, I think you'll run into the back end of quartets.
So for the win in race 1, number 3 Arlington's Revenge, and for the placings, number 6 Sergeant York, number 5 Eurotech, and number 4 Taking Silk. Moving on to race 2, the Savannah Youth Cup with 10 runners. Number 1 Chestnut Cove, number 2 Gonna Be Alright, number 3 Carolina Reaper, number 4 Supreme Elevation, number 5 African Rock, number 6 Rochester, number 7 Special Force, number 8 Kali's Tramp, number 9 Misty Roller, and number 10 Northern Rebel. To be noted, Shesh Besh is the emergency acceptor of this race to be run over 1600 meters in 0-15. Devon, your choice here for the win.
I've always been a fan of this horse. I've been waiting for him to go the 1600. He's going the 1600. I think he's all value. I would make him one of my value bets on the day. 450 Chestnut Cove. He could even be a bank on the day. I'm all on Chestnut Cove. I don't see anything beating him.
So you like him for the distance, quite consistent over his performances.
I'm very, very confident on Chestnut Cove. I think it's, I know it's a tough race. There's 10 horses. I just don't see anything beating Chestnut Cove. He's crying for this distance. You'll see the real Chestnut Cove.
Good jockey on board as well.
100%. Your favorite. I think Imam Dior won the first two, so quick double for him. I don't see much giving him the cheek. I think the only horse that can probably give him cheek is a horse like Misty Roller, who's in really, really good form, or Gonna Be Alright.
I like Misty Roller in this race.
I mean, the draw with Misty Roller is a big positive. He's got 53.5. I think that's the biggest factor that this horse has. So yeah, he's the only danger in my opinion. For third, Gonna Be Alright.
Quite unlucky this horse, huh?
Yeah, look, there's a big turnaround on weights. I think it's a 2 kilogram turnaround for 1.5 length beating. Yeah, definitely Misty Roller can turn that form around.
Ninth draw.
The draw is negative for Gonna Be Alright. That's why I'm not tipping him in the first two. I think he's a back end of quartet horse. And for fourth, last week or the week before, there was a lot of talk about Northern Rebel.
Talks about Northern Rebel.
He's got draw one, so I think with the blinkers and tongue tie on, you'll have a big run. The only thing for me with this horse is he's not the highest rated horse in Mauritius. I mean, both him and Misty Roller, both 0 rated.
rating.
I just think with the improvement that he made last time, he could be a big runner.
Back on.
100%. I mean, he's got a chance. I don't see him winning. I think he'll be running on, but I don't see him winning. I mean, for me, the biggest dark horse in the race, and I didn't make mention, it wasn't in my top 4, but I've always loved this horse, Special Force. I
didn't mention him in your selections.
I didn't mention him in my selections. He's 2,000 at the moment. He's a 20-1
Wide
shot.
draw, 11.
The draw's bad, but the only problem with this horse is he's very naughty, and he always gets scratched, and he always does weird things, before the races. So if he doesn't act up, he could be a runner. He always looks so well. I mean,
but the jockey knows him well, even at track work. He's always naughty, as you say. But I think with the jockey who knows him on board, he can be into the placings.
I mean,
he overcomes his draw.
I heard a comment yesterday when I was listening to racing in South Africa that one of her horses could have ADHD, and I think this horse definitely has ADHD. He's very hyperactive, very excited, always nodding his head. So yeah, he could be one horse with ADHD, and if he comes to the track, he could win easily.
Indeed.
But we don't know if he's even going to run, because he's always on his toes. Very hot horse, yeah.
So for the win, number 1, Chestnut Cove, and number 9, Misty Roller, number 2, Gonna Be Alright, and number 10, Northern Rebel for the placings.
Yes, that's for me.
Moving on to race 3, the Plain Mayo Youth Group Cup with number 1, Calgary, number 2, Bella Fiorino, number 3, Viking Trail, number 4, Crimson God, number 5, African Fate, number 6, Moon Jumper, number 7, Orange Red, and number 8, Yoho Mist. This race will be run over 1,365 meters in 0 to 25. Devon, your choice for the win here.
Look, we've been waiting 2 weeks for this horse to run. Hopefully he gets the chance to run this week. I'll make him the bank of the card. I think he's a very smart horse. Orange Red, number 7.
Running after more than 1 year.
Yeah, I'm very confident though. I don't think anything in this field could come to his quality. I think he's a smart horse. He won by 5.5 lengths in South Africa. He ran second to Kaya's Hope, who's a very, very smart horse. So yeah, I think he's a smart horse, and I'd be very shocked to see him getting beat.
But his training has been superb.
Yeah, the trainer, I spoke to the trainer, Cherish Narang.
Yes,
and he's very confident as well. So, I mean, I think this is the bank of the card. Well, one of the bankers of the card. I think it's a nice card. There's some bankers on the day. And yeah, I don't think much will beat him.
And what about African Fate, number 5, with Cedric Sejean on board, stepping up to 0 to 25. He's a good horse. Do you think we need now to follow him in this race?
Yeah, look, obviously he's the type of horse that does well. He comes well on race day. He looked really well last time. He ran accordingly. The time when he won, I said, I think he's going to beat him on the way he looks. He's a very smart horse. He could be fighting it out with Orange Red, but the talk about Orange Red's too high. I mean, the trainer's very confident. I'm confident, so I think it's going to be hard to beat Orange Red, but I wouldn't be surprised to see him. If Orange Red fluffs his lines, he'll be there. He'll definitely be there to fight out the finish.
And what about for the third place?
For third, I'm tipping a horse like Bella Farino. I think also a very nice horse. He improved when he won. I didn't expect him to win second start. He did. He beat San Andreas, who I like coming up later on in the day. He ran behind Bon Voyage. It was hard to go back to back, you know. It was a strong field. He's coming back down into the 0.25. I think he's got a chance. He'll definitely be there. Back end of quartets.
And for the fourth place?
For fourth, the horse like Kalgoorlie, he's always been knocking on the door. He's dropping in class. He ran behind Gigan last time, behind Sandpath. I think smart horse. His form's consistent. He'll definitely be in the back end of quartets.
I like Kalgoorlie for the win here. So your selections are number 7 Orange Red for the win, and for the placings number 5 African Fate, number 2 Bella Fiorino, and number 1 Kalgoorlie. Race 4, the Quatre Coco Youngsters Cup, a sprint of 990 meters in benchmark 31 with number 1 Shortcut, number 2 Happy and Glorious, number 3 Walking on Wings, number 4 Light of My Life, number 5 Portrayal, number 6 Captain of the Sea, number 7 Rain Must Fall, number 8 Protective Light, and number 9 El Patron, which is the emergency acceptor of this race. Devon, your choice for the win here?
I like number 7, Rain Must Fall.
Is this an outsider in this race?
Yeah, look, I think he's at 900.
Good odds.
He's my value bet on the day. I really like him. I think draw 1, he's going to get a soft lead. Well, not a soft lead, but he's going to be able to get to the front easily. And I think if Sammy can just hold them together.
But not Shortcut, who's quite a fast horse also.
No, but Shortcut's drawn
Yes.
7, so he's going to have to fight to get to the lead. This horse, I think he'll have it all his own way, you know. And if he's in front, it's going to be quite hard to beat him, in my opinion. Obviously, the biggest danger does come from Shortcut, 100%. It's dropping in class. It ran second to a smart horse, who I think is a very smart horse of that Brabambizo. I do like him. I think it's between the two horses, in my opinion. But Rain Must Fall's just got a little bit of my attention. The rain's been falling the whole week, the whole last 2 weeks. So yeah.
Hopefully, does it rain on Saturday?
No, 100%. I don't think it will. I'm sure it will be a good weekend racing, and Rain Must Fall will definitely be there.
And for the third place?
For third, I'm going with Captain of the Sea. Always knocking on the door, dropping in class now. He'll be there. He ran second to a smart horse of Alpine Challenge. Very smart horse. So yeah, he's got a chance. I think it's a tough race, but the value in the race all lies with Rain Must Fall. So I'm happy to take the 9-1 on Rain Must Fall.
And what about Light of My Life, who's dropping down in benchmark 31, but he's back after 3 months, but impressive training, huh?
Yes, very impressive training, dropping in class, coming back to the 990 again. His last run was very good behind Almo. Can't fault his form. He'll definitely be there.
So for the win, number 7 Rain Must Fall, and number 1 Shortcut, number 6 Captain of the Sea, and number 4 Light of My Life for the placings. Anything more to add, Devon?
Look, obviously there's a new horse in the race, Portrayal. I would like to see him run first before I can analyze his form and his ability here in Mauritius. But if he brings his SA form to Mauritius, should have a chance.
His barrier trial was nice.
Yeah, look, his barrier trial was good, but when he won in South Africa, it was a really good ride by Samanga that day. I remember watching the race, and I'm not a big fan of the horse's first runs here. 990 might be a bit sharp for him, but let's see how it goes. I wouldn't write him off. And Happy and Glorious also been working extremely well, some really good work, but for me, 990 Happy and Glorious looks more like a 1700 meter horse. So yeah, I'm a bit hesitant on the distance.
So moving on to race 5, the Rosebell Professional Women Association Cup. Number 1, Best Day of My Life. Number 2, Captain Kola. Number 3, Moroccan Retreat. Number 4, Gilboa. Number 5, Traveling Man. Number 6, Cloud Cedar. Number 7, San Andreas. And number 8, Jetstream, a race which will be run in benchmark 36 over 1365 meters. Which horse you like here, Devon, for the win?
I might be completely wrong here. I'm going with a lot of value in this race. Number 7, San Andreas. I'm tipping against Captain Kola because I don't know. I still can't analyze his form. I don't know if he's improving. But you can't fault his form in Mauritius at the moment. He's won 2 really good races, improving. He's staying in the class. San Andreas is going up, but I'm gonna tip San Andreas purely on the fact that he's also likes to make it up at the end. You know, he flies at the end. So I think with
If
the
the
hard pace
pace
in
is
the race,
strong,
100%. Sure. I think there's going to be a lot of pace in this race. I mean, you've got Moroccan Retreat, Traveling Man, Captain Kola, Best Day of My Life. They're all going to be there, you know. So I think he's going to be running on at the back and making up big ground. I think he'll just get there. I think there's going to be a lot of pace, and I feel like it's the right race for him, purely on the speed
of the race. And for the second place, I see you like Captain Kola, who has won 2 races here in Mauritius. He has improved further.
Yeah, look, he's obviously improved from South Africa. I didn't like him as a horse in South Africa. He's improved in Mauritius. He won a good race last time, beating Moroccan Retreat. The weight turnaround is a little bit better now. He's got 1.5 kilograms Moroccan Retreat, but he's an improving horse. So maybe he can beat Moroccan Retreat again. Obviously, I'm hesitant. I don't know if I can win 3 in a row. I think it's going to be a bit difficult for him to win 3 in a row, but
yes,
he'll be
I
there.
think this time circumstances will not be in his favor to lead easily.
Yeah, 100%. I don't think it's going to be an easy lead. I think Moroccan Retreat's going to challenge him. From that draw, he's got no option either to drop it out or to go forward, but I think he's going to go forward. I'm tipping Traveling Man as the roughie in the race. I think 16-1. Going to be he's an upset contender. He could definitely run into them. I mean, he hasn't run for long. If he had one run this season, I would have been much more confident. But he looks well. He's working well. So I wouldn't be surprised to see him run in a big race. He's definitely the smart horse in the race. And for me, I like him. And for fourth, I'm going with Moroccan Retreat, who has the weight turnaround now, and Captain Kola, who is the toad favorite at the moment. So I mean, 700 Moroccan Retreats. I'm going with value in this race. Obviously, I know you like a horse like Best Day of My Life.
Yes, I didn't put him. We didn't include him.
I haven't included him into
Why?
my first 4. I think it's a bit too short for him, in my
He's
opinion.
dropping massively in class, and he won over 1,365 meters.
I know he's dropping in class, but his last run disappointed me heavily.
But that was, I think, bad ride from Taka, in my opinion.
I don't know. I can't have him in the first 4 this week. We can have a side bet again for the chocolate, maybe. Yeah.
So for the win, number 7, San Andreas, and for the placings, number 2, Captain Kola, number 5, Traveling Man, and number 3, Moroccan Retreat. Moving on to race 6, the Caroline Nightingale Group Cup, a race which will be run over 1,365 meters in benchmark 46 with number 1, Global Glory, number 2, Illicit Kiss, number 3, The 8th Lord, number 4, We Light the Fire, number 5, Instinctive Power, and number 6, Brilliant Disguise. Your pick here, Devon.
Yeah, talking about Nightingale Lane, I remember that horse. It was a very, very smart horse. Yeah, I did like that horse a lot. It was one of my favorite horses. So yeah,
nice horse, huh?
We're getting back to the race now. I'm all one horse in this race. I'm normally confident, and I love him. I think he's a smart horse. I'm back to tipping him now.
You've always liked this horse.
I've always liked this horse. I think it's going to be hard for them to beat him. He looks extremely well. He's got draw 1, Jameer up, race over. I think Instinctive Power will win.
You think
and
all
win
is
very,
his
very
favor?
well. I don't see much beating him. I know there's talks of Illicit Kiss. I know Illicit Kiss is a smart horse. I've always liked Illicit Kiss. But I don't think Illicit Kiss is better than Instinctive Power at the moment. I think Instinctive Power will beat him. I might be wrong, don't get me wrong. Illicit Kiss could win easily again. But for me, Instinctive Power just looks extremely well. I'm very confident. I think Zaki Stable's going to get back to winning ways. And yeah, I don't see much beating him. I'm extremely confident. Yeah, best bet of the card.
And for the second place?
For second, I'm tipping Illicit Kiss, who's obviously Instinctive Power's biggest danger. Smart horse, but the draw's negative. He didn't run well with Perez last time, so I don't know if I'm going to go again. I think he'll run second. I don't see anything else beating the two horses, but yeah, I think it's the two horse race. Maybe Global Glory, the biggest danger. He's beaten Instinctive Power before. I don't think he'll beat Instinctive Power again. I'm going to be very bold in stating that. I don't think he'll beat him again.
So Global Glory for the third place.
Yeah, and then for fourth, Brilliant Disguise, there's a lot of talk about him.
Yeah.
He's working extremely well. Donahue got off Instinctive Power to ride Brilliant Disguise, so that's also an eye-opener. So let's see how it goes. I mean, I'm tipping him to run fourth. I personally feel like Instinctive Power is probably the best horse in the race if he comes to the track. If the Instinctive Power that we know comes to the track, no race.
So for the win, number 5, Instinctive Power, and for the placings, number 2, Illicit Kiss, number 1, Global Glory, and number 6, Brilliant Disguise.
100%.
Race 7, the Solar Innovative Tech Limited Cup race, which will be run over 1600 meters, 50 plus, the main race of the day, with only 5 runners. Number 1, a horse which now we do not need to present, was up Dubrovnik, number 2, Force Gold, number 3, Xavier, number 4, Prince Alf, and number 5, Courtroom Magic. Devon, I'd ask you about your choice here.
You look, obviously there's a debate. Who's the better horse? Is Xavier going to beat Walls of Dubrovnik? Yes, Walls of Dubrovnik's the best horse in Mauritius, in my opinion. He's proven it. He's won multiple times. He's won 12 out of 13. Only beaten once, a short hit undercover agent. I'm extremely confident on Walls of Dubrovnik. I don't care about weight turnarounds. I don't care about anything. I'm all Walls of Dubrovnik. Always been, always will be. I think he's a smart horse. The capital of Croatia, capital of Champtomaz at the moment. I'm very confident.
And so for the second place?
For second, I'm going with Prince Alf, who I think's improving.
One of
every
the
time,
horse,
every time he steps up, he improves. So yeah, he's the dark horse in the race. He's at a big price of what, 1400. I tip him to run second. I don't think he's going to beat Walls of Dubrovnik, but he'll be there. He's got a light weight of 52. The weights are all against Walls of Dubrovnik, but Walls of Dubrovnik will prove to them how good he is. I think he's just extremely smart.
And finally,
I'm going to go with the talking horse, the horse that everyone thinks is going to overturn Walls of Dubrovnik. Xavier, his third run here in Mauritius, should be his cherry run. I mean, he beat Captain Lannister easily. Beat him by 2.5 lengths. You saw what Captain Lannister did last week.
Xavier's a good horse, huh?
Look, he's a nice horse. I just don't think he's in the same class as Walls of Dubrovnik. There's a massive ratings turnaround there. I think it's 29 points. That's what, 14.5 kilos. He's still under sufferance. Yes, you say he's got a 52. I mean 52, and Walls of Dubrovnik, that's 9 kilos. He's still 5.5 points under sufferance. I still think Walls of Dubrovnik is 5.5 points better than him. 5.5 kilos better than him.
This we'll see on the racetrack tomorrow. And finally, for the fourth place,
Courtroom Magic. I think his run behind Walls of Dubrovnik was impressive. He had 52 that day. Walls of Dubrovnik had 61. Same weight for 2.5 lengths turnaround. I don't think he can turn it around, but he's got the draw. He can run a big race. I just don't know if he's going to win it though.
So number 1, was up Dubrovnik for the win, and for the placings, number 4, Prince Alf, number 3, Xavier, and number 5, Courtroom Magic.
That's correct.
Going on to race 8 now. The fourth with the Candiab Cup with 7 runners. Number 1, Le Caillou, number 2, Edged in Blue, number 3, Toro Bravo, number 4, Culture Trip, Number 5, Battle of Alasia. Number 6, Trip to the Sky. And number 7, Massimo, a race which will be run over 1400 meters in benchmark 51. So, Devon, your favorite here?
I'm going with Toro Bravo. I think the way he won when he beat Instinctive Power was very impressive. I think he's going to return to his form like that. I mean, he got scratched last time, not starting out. If he's sound, I think he'll win and win easily. He's dropping in class from the last run where he got scratched. He's back into the 51. He's a massive
I
run.
like this horse too last
You
week.
also like it, yeah.
But he worked with Culture Trip, and I see the latter much better than him.
You see Culture Trip better
Yeah.
than him? I don't. I see Toro Bravo better than Culture Trip. I'm against that. Sorry. Maybe I'm wrong. I mean, Culture Trip's also trading at 5-1. I just think Toro Bravo is a smart horse. He's proven time and time again. He's had 6 wins out of 12 starts.
Do you think the draw would be an issue?
No, I think he comes from off them anyway. So there's going to be
Yes.
some pace in this race. He'll drop at the back of the field and
Yeah.
he'll come. I mean, Massimo's going to lead. That's probably his biggest danger is Massimo. If Massimo gets a soft lead, he's not going to be able to make up that ground. Yeah.
56.5 kg.
He's got a low weight. He's in a good space as well. He was unlucky last time. Well, not last time, the time before that, where he ran second to Grand Vision. Yeah, he's a big runner. He's a big runner, Massimo. So, yeah, I make it between the two horses. Maybe Battle of Alasia could be your biggest danger also. Working well. His form's faultless. I mean, second to Special Blend, second to Courtroom Magic, third to Arizona Silk, and second to Thomas Hendry. Definitely a big runner. It's just a tough race. If it wasn't so tough, I think it would be quite easy to tip him as my winner. But yeah, I mean, there's a lot of value in this race. I mean, I think one of the 3 horses can win. And for 4th, obviously, Trip to the Sky. I don't even tip Culture Trip in my first 4, to be honest with you. I don't like him. I think Trip to the Sky is probably going to be hard for him to turn the form around on Battle of Alasia. Carrying level weights this time. He's 1 kilogram better off.
This is a horse I think Imam D stable has been preparing since long time. For
Yeah,
his
they've been
comeback.
preparing this horse, but it's 3rd run. Should be cherry ripe.
Yeah.
Is it going to turn the form around? We'll
Need
have
to
wait
see
and
that
yeah.
tomorrow. So for the win, number 3, Toro Bravo, and for the placings, number 7, Massimo, number 5, Battle of Alasia, and number 6, Trip to the Sky. We'll now go to the 9 race 9, the La Colonie Citoyenne de Camp de Masque Cup, a race which will be run over 1500 meters, 0 to 26 with 10 runners. Number 1, Call of Money, number 2, Epistola, number 3, Lord of Light, number 4, Pity the Pilot, number 5, Celestial Magma, number 6, Golden Stone, number 7, It Dawned on Me, number 8, Lockdown, number 9, Onica Montana, and number 10, Sokeru. Devon, your pick here.
Sure, this is probably one of the most difficult races you're going to get on the day. I think
Most open race of the day.
100%. I mean, I can make an account for
I see you put Celestial Magma.
8-9 horses in this race. So I'm tipping Celestial Magna to win. He's in form. I think he's going to go back to back. He was scratched last
Where
time.
do you see him in the race?
I think he's going to lead. I think
With
he'll
the
lead.
presence of Golden Stone.
Well, then he'll be behind Gordonstown, just behind him. I think it will be the 2 horses that will be up front. He might be 1 off. Perfect position for him. I think he's a massive runner. I really like him. Draw 5. Yeah, he's there. He's all there. I mean, Gordonstown, he's going to be there as well. Going to lead. If he gets a soft lead, Gordonstown can win. But I'm not tipping him in my first 4. And I might be wrong in doing that. He is the dark horse in the race. I'm tipping Celestial Magma to win.
Yeah.
I think the biggest danger is going to come from Color of Money. Tipping him to run second purely on the draw. If he was drawn in the first 3, I would have made him a good thin. He's got nothing to fault with his form. I mean, second to Alpine Challenge, second to Sonastral. 2 really good horses. So yeah, I'm I'm confident the two
It's a
horses
bit
will get
green
me.
during his race, but now you know he's fitted with pacifiers and he's worked well with this equipment.
That could be the trick to get this horse over the line. I mean, he's been the bridesmaid twice. I think he could overturn that. I might be wrong. I might be completely wrong, and Gordonstown can get a soft lead and nothing's going to beat him. But he's going to probably be up there. He's going to chase, so he might get the lead as well. So I don't know. We'll see on the race day. But I think it's between Celestial Magma, Color of Money, and on it dawned on me. I think those three horses must have the biggest chances. It dawned on me also. Drawn to second last time to Gigan. Nothing was beating Gigan that day the way it won. So yeah, he improved, and I think he's going to improve again. I think he'll run a good race. It's his 5th run for the season, so he's had quite a bit of run in this year, but he's fit, so he's definitely got a massive chance. And for 4th, I'm going with a horse like Arnica Montana, who I think is doing extremely well. 3rd run of the season, Cherry Ripe is a decent price of 1,200. There's a lot of value to be made on this horse.
So for the win, number 5, Celestial Magma, and for the placings, number 1, Color of Money, number 7, Idol on Me, and number 9, Arnica Montana.
Yeah, but don't get me wrong, it's a very difficult race. If I was a player and I'm taking a pick 8, I go field in the last. I think it's either field or banker. Banker the 5.
This is a very open race, the last one.
100%.
So before ending the show now, Devon, I'd like to ask you about your best bet of the day.
Look, I've got 3. I just think there's a lot of value to be made. I think Orange Red, if you take the treble, you're going to make some good money. Orange Red will win, in my opinion, in race 3, number 7, and in race 6, number 5, Instinctive Power. I think that's also a very, very good bet. And in race 7, number 1, Walls
so
of
you
the
have
Bravo.
3 best bets.
100%.
And 4 as value bets.
I've got 2 value bets. I think it comes up in race 2, if I'm not mistaken. We've got Chestnut Cove. I think that's all value. At the moment, he's trading at 420. I think he's a lot of value. Yesterday he was at 600.
Yeah.
And in race 4, Rain Must Fall, he's also at a really good price of 900. I think that's also really good value.
Oh,
for you?
okay. I like as best bets. I like Kalgoorlie in race 3, Xavier in the main race, and Best Day of My Life as usual in race 5. And as value bet, Culture Trip in race 8.
So you've gone against me in all 3 races.
As usual, you know.
So come next week Friday, I'm going to have myself 3 extra chocolates. I might have to start trimming really harder.
Stocking on the chocolate.
Yeah, I'm going to have to start trimming a lot more. I have to get on the treadmill. Instead of 20 minutes, I think I need to do 30 with all the chocolates I'm going to have.
We see that. So big thanks to you, Devon, for your presence and analysis on the show as usual.
Oh no, it's a pleasure. I mean, obviously we have to make mention to the tote. I mean, People's Tote, they're really supporting the game in a big way. And if you guys need to play, you play on the tote. I think there's a lot of value to be made there. I mean, the tote guarantee, as we speak about every week, is a really good initiative. And yeah, I'm happy to play on the tote. I think it's a good place to play. And I mean, if you need to contact them, you can always contact them on 260-4710. Or on www.peoplestote.com, or on the Facebook page People's Tote. So yeah, I think that's also the value. And obviously if you guys are playing, try play on the totes, it puts back into the industry. And once again, a massive thank you to the media team, the technical team behind the scenes, to you for taking your time to do the show.
It's a
and
pleasure.
Yeah, let's hit them hard, and I'm sure it'll be a good day racing. The main race, Walls of the Brovnik, race over. Can you make it 13
The match
out of 14?
between Walls and Xavier.
Yeah, I mean, I've been seeing a lot of
The wall
posts
and the
about.
plane.
I've been seeing a lot of posts about Croatia and Walls of the Brovnik, so I think it could be an omen as well.
So thank you very much, Devon. Finally, I would like to thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for watching race previews as usual. And also, I will not end the show without making special mention to the technical team behind the camera, especially the Irfan Mestan. And now, hoping to see you tomorrow at the PTP Champ de Mons. Great racing day. Till then, take care. Bye-bye.